Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard if you are brand new. Welcome back if you're not. Welcome home if that fits perfectly for you. Today we are going to talk about your next big breakthrough, right? Welcome to your level up, right? Welcome to your next level. Welcome to the way that it's going to move forward from you. Your next big breakthrough. Here's the deal. I got 3 decks today. The first is the beautiful Rebellion Tarot. It's gorgeous. Just check out the images, see how that feels to you. Is this your deck today, or are these your messages? Maybe, maybe, maybe. Right? That's number 1. Deck number 2 is Tarot of Dreams, right? So beautiful, so beautiful. Is this your deck today? Is it resonating for you? How does that feel to you? Right? Might be. Maybe. Maybe. Right? How does it feel? Just check into it. Feel into it and see. Pile number 3 is the Lunalapin Tarot. So cute, little bunnies. Are these your messages today? Maybe. How does that feel for you? Right? Now, if you like to pick with crystals or stones, hold on, I'll get them in. 1 second. Okay, so pile number 1. This is Jasper with copper shot through it. So beautiful. How does that feel to you? Maybe? You never know. Number 2, Rhodonite. So gorgeous. Come on. It looks like a whole picture in and of itself, does it not? It's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Number 3, Chrysoprase. I don't think the camera does this justice. The color is so beautiful. So here's what we're going to do. I want you to look at these, see if intuitively they are speaking to you. You know that the intuition part is your part of this magic, right? We can't do it without doing it together. So if you feel it now, that's beautiful. We're going to go ahead and shuffle together and draw the piles with the oracle cards. And you'll have another chance to either confirm or choose differently, or more or better or deeper, doesn't matter. If you already know, you can hit that timestamp and go right to your reading. If not, give me just a minute. We're going to shuffle together, grab our oracle cards, and then we'll get into our messages. Again, we're talking about your next big breakthrough, right? Beautiful. So I'll give you a minute here, and then we'll look and grab some oracles and get moving. All right, guys, we're going to grab our oracle piles, and then we'll get moving forward to this reading. Again, today we're talking about what's your next big breakthrough? What's your next level up, right? How are you moving toward transcending your current status, right? And so we're looking for any insights, any awarenesses, any assistance that can be offered. We are more than grateful. And yeah, so if this is your favorite part, this is my favorite part, honestly. I love picking piles, and what I love most is how sometimes messages come out for all of us as we're doing this, right? The key here, the thing that I do want you to remember, is that these are general readings. As such, they can't and they won't resonate for everyone all the time. They're not supposed to, right? That's the whole point of a general reading. If you need an individual reading, we can talk about that. But the bottom line is that It can't be for everyone all the time. So if there's a part of this reading that doesn't feel resonant for you, that feels like you have to push things together or rearrange things in a way that doesn't feel natural in order to make a message work, just don't do that. Resist the urge completely. The message will be effortless, or it's not your message, right? And I would offer to say that's probably not just applicable when it comes to this channel or YouTube tarot in general. That is something that works, I believe, or I have found in every experience in your life, right? If it's working and it's easy and it feels right, it's probably the right thing, the right path, the right direction, the right angle. If it feels challenging and hard to a point where you don't feel like it's resonant with you, right? Life is full of challenges. We expect that. But in order for it to be your set of challenges, it still has to ring true to your soul. And if it's not ringing true to your soul, well, guess what? It's not ringing true to your soul. And that is okay. Take the hint. Take the hint. The universe will always give you plenty of hints, plenty of information, plenty of insight, plenty of guidance. That's what we do here, right? We look for that guidance. As such, we're almost there. And so this is a timeless reading. However, the time that I am doing this reading is immediately following the eclipse on the 8th of April 2024. If this is finding you at this point, you might get some insights into what your next personal level up might be. How exciting, right? We're always looking for that kind of information. There we go. All right, these are our piles, guys. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put these all together. I'm going to bring your decks back. I don't always do that, but I'm going to today. Just so you can gather all the information, feel all the vibes at once. So we have pile 1 with the beautiful Rebellion Tarot and this absolutely beautiful Jasper with copper. We have pile number 2 with the Tarot of Dreams and this gorgeous Rhodonite, and pile number 3 with the Lunalapin Tarot and this beautiful Chrysoprase. So feel into that. Just let the deck speak to you, right? You don't have to work hard. I'm going to give you a minute and then we'll get moving, okay? Hey, pile 1. Those of you who chose this Jasper. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I hope it comes through on the camera. It's so beautiful. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. Let's see what we got here. So we're talking about your next big breakthrough. Super exciting. Welcome to the level up, right? Welcome to the level up. Let's talk about it. You have the Guardian. Preserve, defect. Wow. Preserve, protect, defend, shelter. I mean, okay, if defection has something to do with you, good luck with that. But here we're just talking about generals, right? So this is Guardian. This is literally reminding you that you are completely protected at all times. That in your life you are never alone, that you are cherished and loved and supported and treasured at all times by the divine, right? There's also an element here that asks you to trust the journey, to make that leap of faith, and to really kind of overcome your fears in light of, let's say, your wisdom. Mostly because what happens throughout our life is as we move through life, and you know, that whole concept of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? That goes along hand in hand with that concept of I don't want to be resilient anymore. This says you're good. Just trust it, trust it, trust it, trust it, right? Such a big deal. Let's keep going. All right, 6th house. Interesting. So 6th house is work and routine, right, is what it says. This is the Virgo house here. Right. And so what we talk about when we're talking about 6th house is how we structure our routine, how we structure our daily habits. The things that we do because we know we need to do them. They make our life qualitatively better. So if you know by getting up at 6 a.m., doing some free writing and meditating and then going for a walk, your day is better. Well, that's a routine that you've imposed upon yourself to increase the quality of your life, right? So it's how diligent you are, how devoted you can be, whether or not you can dedicate yourself to yourself, right? This is also about work and, you know, your sense of duty. Like this can be even like gardening, things like that. Just knowing that you have, again, help, knowing that you can offer help, right? And so there's a beautiful, let's call it synthesis of these two energies here. This one reminding you, you are fully protected by the universe. And this one saying you can, in that energy, also offer your assistance to others, right? The dichotomy of Virgo and Pisces is serve or suffer. There's a big story that we could talk about with that, but that service is important here. So let's see how that plays in, right? You also have Astro-Cards. So this is starlight. My inner vision guides me to my higher purpose. Well, I love that. Mostly because here we're talking about inner vision again and purpose, right? Purpose. So while this card talks about your root chakra, this one talks about your third eye, right? And so here's the deal. We can only see what we believe we can safely see, right? So in the way that we're looking to be, see, we're not. I shouldn't have done it that way. There we go. There we go. Okay, now we're back in focus, right? A big deal. So we can only see what we believe we're safe to see, right? So I think that's a big deal. So this is about confident self-expression also. And remember that in the Virgo energy, in the 6th house energy, we're talking about service as our self-expression, that routine. And that can be self-service as well, right? This can literally be, I do these things because it serves me. That's absolutely okay. And the last one you get is rising above. I see only beauty and grace. Well, that's beautiful. So this talks about how we shift from the concept of ordinary life as the extraordinary, right? In that concept of the Einstein quote, you can either witness everything as a miracle or not. You get that choice. And if you choose to see beauty and you choose to see grace as your purpose, as your true calling, I mean, if you choose, like, I'm going to find what's beautiful in the world and that's going to be my job, or I'm going to increase the beauty and grace in the world and I'm going to act like that's what I'm here to do, well, then you're probably going to get a whole lot more of that in your own life, simply because, you know, what we magnetize to ourselves is generally what we get, right? So when we're talking about next big breakthrough here, we're talking about, I believe, inspired service quite yet, like really stepping into your purpose. I do want to see what the tarot has to say. And here we're talking again about your next big breakthrough. Just looking for any insights that the cards would like to direct us to, or any insights that would like to come through here today. Let's get on it. You have the Knight of Pentacles. You have the Nine of Wands. Interesting. You have the Star. Okay, see, that's beautiful. Yeah, okay. So let's talk about these three here. So Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, the Star. This is what you're moving toward, right? Knights are, this is the slowest knight in the deck, right? He's all about, this is where we're going, and this is what we're doing, and this is why, right? So he's got his work in orders, and he is not deviating from his orders. No matter where the path leads him, no matter where the path takes him, he's going to keep going. The Nine of Wands, I mean, look at this guy. He's like, dude, I'm so tired. I'm exhausted, right? Because this is hard work. Service is hard work unless you understand where you're pulling source from, right? If you believe that you have to give your energy to everything in that's calling for your assistance, you're going to get really tired, right? You're going to get really tired. But if you're guided by your inner vision, if you're choosing to utilize source energy as your fuel source, as your fire source, I almost said, as your fuel source, you have endless power. And the key here is, no matter how tired you get in service, right, in pursuit of what you believe your passion to be, if you're sourcing from the right place, if you're sourcing from the divine, if you're sourcing from your highest and best connectivity, it's always going to be gifted to you. The opportunities, the resources, the power, right? You'll always have enough if you're pulling from that place. All right, let's keep going here, because this is about how you are leveling up. See, I was waiting for that. We knew it would come, right? We knew the Fool would come, because all we're talking about over here is trusting the journey, trusting the journey, trusting the journey. We have to have the Fool. We have to have the Fool here in order for that to be the correct answer. Oh, we also have the Ace of Cups. Absolutely stunning. The Four of Swords, right? Okay, so the Fool, the Ace of Cups, and the Four of Swords. Okay, guys. So here's the thing. In order for you to step out, right, you had to do a lot of work. You had to do a lot of healing work. Four of Swords comes after the Three of Swords, which is sadness, loss, betrayal, right? But it's a sword. So it's the beliefs around sadness, loss, or betrayal. It's the ideas of sadness, loss, or betrayal. It's not the actual wounds itself. It's the ideas, right? It's the scars that leaves behind. This Four brings in one more sword to that energy, and it offers you the quiet, the repose, the time in which to do the work to heal. That's what the Four of Swords is all about. How can I get still and know, right? So the way that you gather that information and then add it to the way you want to feel gives you this faith in the journey, right? The faith in the journey. Now, here we're talking about the cosmos gifting you with that next awareness, and this sense of tired being buoyed by this beautiful gift of emotion, of something that allows you, right? This new idea that allows you to feel a completely different way than you may have felt. And it allows you to have the courage, the faith, the trust to step out on the next part of your journey, whatever that might be, right? Okay. Next up, Nine of Cups. Of course, wish fulfillment. What a beautiful answer to that. Nine of Cups is, I have created my own self-sustaining emotional environment. I need no one's validation. I need no one's confirmation. I can be whole unto myself, right? The World, lovely. The World is all about completions, endings that lead to beginnings, right? Endings that lead to beginnings. So no matter how we read this, right, it goes right back into that space. Yeah, Knight of Swords. So right? So this is moving through that journey in a new way, right? With new purpose, with that new idea firmly in the scabbard of truth. That is the way that you're carrying this journey. So, I love it. Here's what I do want. I want to grab a clarifier on the Four of Swords. Okay, thank you. We see you. Queen of Cups. Okay, so at some point, it seems to me like what happened was you suffered a shutdown. We're going to call it a shutdown, right? The Queen of Cups in my lexicon, she's the only closed cup in the deck. So what she's telling me here is that you suffered a wound of heart that made you, in response or reaction, close down, right? It was a choice for you. I have to be quiet and find my answer within, right? And so that's beautiful. And what it allowed you to do was to come to this resolution that you are your own answer, right? You are your own answer. Just like we are always our own burden when it comes to hauling other people's stuff around, which is the Knight of Wands, right? I have said yes to too many things and I'm getting tired. I'm not at my breaking point, but boy, I'm almost there, right? Woo, look at him. He's like, dog, I gotta rest here. And so what has happened for you is that some healing work, and I'm going to offer, this might have been work that you did consciously and purposely, and it might have just been some kind of synchronicity or serendipity where some information or some inspiration came your way and allowed you to witness the perspective shift here, that allowed you to create your own sense of healing, healed, and healthy, and whole, right? And so now that you have done that, your next major breakthrough is to move forward in alignment with your truth, as opposed to just being marching orders, right? The Knight of Pentacles, he can keep going. He's got a lot of marching orders, right? He's doing this job because he thinks that this is how it's got to be. This is what he's been informed, right? So this might be about childhood wounds, like this is what I have to do to be loved. This is how I have to be loved. This is what I have to say to be loved. This is what I have to show up as to be loved. It could be that. It could just be that you took on other people's stuff, right? It could be. It could be. It could be that you were ignoring yourself in light of someone else's needs, putting someone else before yourself. And you know what? Sometimes that kind of selflessness can be great situationally, right? We call that bravery. But the bottom line is it is far more courageous, right, to step into the state of self-acknowledgement, self-love, self-care, and do the work so that you can feel all of those feelings safe, guarded, cherished, adored, toward yourself first. And then you move to the next level, right? Then you can move toward your purpose. Then you can move toward feelings of beauty and grace, etc. Until you do that, though, you're kind of stuck. And so whatever's happened in the past that made you believe that there was a boundary between you and your fullness, between you and your wish fulfillment, between you and your contentment or your satisfaction, or the way that you want to show up in the world, right? The way that you want to show up in beauty and in grace. That is your breakthrough right here. That's your level up. And it's going to allow you to move forward in that healed state. It's going to allow you to move forward with that awareness, with those ideas that create that fullness for you, that create the purpose-driven sense that you might not have had when this journey begins or began. Remember, you're being advised to take a leap of faith here twice, right? Twice. And you're being reassured that you have all of the things that you require and that you have them within you. And what you don't have within you, here's the key, is going to be given to you, right? It's going to be gifted to you by the universe. The cosmos is right here showing up in support of what you've got going on. The universe believes in you, even in the moments that you don't believe in you, right? So take that moment, take that awareness, take that certainty, right? Take that new way of feeling and that belief, that shift in belief that this gives you. Take it to the bank, put it to work for you, because it is your purpose, right? What your next big breakthrough is yourself, right? Really finding your own stride and your own contentment outside of the wounds that have happened to you in the past. So whatever that means to you, you already know, right? You already know what it is that you need to create. You already know where your path of faith begins. You don't have to know the whole thing. You don't have to know the whole thing, right? You have knights bracketing this reading on all sides. You don't have to know the whole story. You just have to trust it, right? You just have to trust it. You just have to trust it every single time and know that all you need is already here. It's being poured forth upon you all the time at every given moment. You don't have to close down. Just open that cup and say, yeah, I'm here for it, right? I'm here for it. I got a bucket. She's got a bucket. Let the universe pour into you, right? That star card and other ones is that beautiful Aquarian vessel pouring forth, right? Well, all you got to do is catch, my friends. All you got to do is catch, my beautiful pile ones. So your next big breakthrough is to take the top off. Catch, just catch what the universe is giving you. That is your level up, and I can't wait to hear how it goes for you. Hit like, hit subscribe, come back. Let me know how it goes. Take care. Big, giant blessings. Hey, pile number 2, those of you who chose this absolutely gorgeous Rhodonite. Let's look at it again because it's just so pretty. Look at that. Come on, it's a whole landscape unto itself, right? Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, let's get busy here, shall we? We are talking about your next big breakthrough, and that is something that I am sure you want more information on. I know I do. All right. Welcome to your level up, pile number 2. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so you have teacher. By the way, this is such a, let me just get her up here. Look at this card. She is gorgeous. Just gorgeous. You've got this beautiful owl at the top. Look at the reverence and magic in this card. She's so gorgeous. Yeah, so this card is a teacher, right? Learn, upskill, educate, prepare. The key, though, here is that this card is talking about leading with compassion, right? This isn't just that learning by rote. It's definitely not about status of feeling superior or inferior, right? In this teacher's eyes, everyone is equal. This illustrates the difference between a job and the work, right? And we're talking capital W. The way that you live your life is also critical to this, right? That whole concept of life is lessons. But this card is guided by the crown chakra. So we're not just talking about, let's learn about history or how to spell things. This is life, right? This is how we bridge the gap between the seen and the unseen. This is how we draw inference and conclusion. This is how we really witness our spiritual vocation as something beautiful, magical, mystery, right? It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful card. Let's keep going because you just never know. Look, so you get Aquarius. Aquarius is the visionary. Aquarius is the 11th sign in the zodiac, ruled by Uranus. So Aquarius is energy that's about the individual, right? Individuals, innovation, invention, all that leading edge of newness, right? Pioneering energy. This is about freedom and independence. It's also about the collective, groups, societies that you belong to, culture, the widest perspective of anything, right? So Aquarius is really, when you think about the Leo-Aquarius axis, the Leo is seeking self-actualization, and Aquarius is how do we put that self-actualized self into service for the collective. So the thing is, this is also, it's ruled by Uranus, and Uranus is the planet of change, right? Seismic, tectonic, big level, sweeping change. So if we're talking about the collective and change and Aquarius and Uranus, this is how we change the world. The key here is, how do we change the world? We change it through idea, right? We change it through idea. Aquarius is the third air sign, really offering that full unlimited potential possibility, but it's about ideas, right? So we have a little theme going on. Let's keep going, right? Okay, you have the Seven Sisters. Absolutely beautiful. Circle. Sisterhood enriches my life. Well, guess what? It does, right? So this is very Pleiadian. And the key here is connection, right? Again, the collective, we're talking about your circle, collaboration, right? So doing things together, right? Together we can change everything. Together we are more. Together we've got this, right? So this is lovely, actually. And then looking deeper. Deep within me is a majestic radiance, right? You see that all these gems are here. I love this. So this card is about looking beyond the surface, right? Beyond what is superficially apparent, right? What is not obvious. These gems here are about always looking deeper, taking the time to explore something fully, and understanding that the treasure is usually hidden. And so we have to approach things with no rush. We have to approach them understanding that that what is beneath the surface is going to be the most important, right? Because what's obvious is obvious to everyone. What's beyond the surface is seen, I mean, only honestly, generally by the few who have the courage to do the digging. And so there is something here about those who are going to have the courage to do the digging, right? So maybe your next big breakthrough is something collaborative, something that you're working on with other people that help to deepen or expand the way that you stand in the world as an educator. And guess what? That doesn't have to be formal classroom teaching, right? That doesn't have to be, oh, let me structure an online class, right? Stop. You don't have to. Your life is your education. Your life is your best point of example. Your life is your best place to educate others. And here's why. Because people learn by watching what you do more so than listening to what you say. This happens when we are when we're raising children. This happens with our friends. This happens in society, right? People watch what is being done and they often emulate it. And guess what? Sometimes that's the best way to learn, and sometimes it's the best way to learn what not to do. So it just depends. Let's talk about these three cards we have up here. We have the Nine of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. Interesting, the Nine of Wands was in the last reading as well. So if you had a pull to that reading, you might grab it, watch it, and see if it speaks to you still. So Nine of Swords, King of Swords, and Nine of Wands is this is something that's not been working well for you, something that is creating a lot of stress. But here's the deal. It's a mental idea. It's a mental idea that has created this sense of I'm trapped, of this is what I'm doing. I have an obligation. I need to defend this. I have to keep going here. Nine of Wands is I'm doing this, but I don't love it, right? So something is creating a lot of anxiety. It's a structure, and you believe you're stuck in it. Okay, you believe you're stuck in it. So whatever your breakthrough is, it's going to shift you out. Yeah, it's going to be a big breakthrough too. It's going to be something transformative, something that not only, wow, okay, well, here's the deal. It's coming. Whatever it is, you got two. All right, we're going to take this one, and then we're going to put this one here. I like it. Okay, let's get the last two, and then we'll finish this conversation. It feels like we're just being shown. There we go. Okay. All right, that's better. Okay, so I like the full picture now. Okay, so let's do this. Whatever you got going on right now, it's moving out. It's moving out with a bang. Because the situation has become untenable, right? 10 of Swords. 9 of Swords is bad. Like, oh my gosh, this is making me crazy. 10 of Swords is, nope, we cannot do this anymore. I'm so sorry. Something has to give. And so the bonus here is that the Death card assures you that the transformation will be complete, right? These two cards under here is really giving you the idea that whatever you're mired in right now, whatever situation or set of beliefs you're stuck in that has created this situation is definitely on its way out. So good for you. I love this little next run. You have the Magician, which is about elemental magic, right? This is how we create these beautiful things, right? This is how we gather our energy and utilize it in service. You have the Star, which is fabulous after all of this this drama and nonsense up here, because I mean, I shouldn't say it that way. This is a great card to have after all of this hard labor you've had to manage and endure. Okay, so good for you, but now it's time to change, right? We're good. It's time for Peter Brady to come in and sing the song. If you don't know what that means, let it go. Because you have something that's waiting on you, that's been waiting on you for, I mean, as long as it takes, but you know, the fact that you have to dig for it so far means that you might have been waiting for a while. This whatever it is has been waiting for you to be ready, which is a beautiful thing, right? It's time when it's time. Divine timing is your timing. You don't have to ever be in a rush, right? You don't have to be in a rush. Things come when they come. It sometimes is better to stop and wait and allow the whole picture to come in. Right? Because that's what we're really looking for. Sometimes if you jump the gun, well, you jump the gun. So once you gather all of your power and you get to say goodbye to this situation, what happens is that you have two cards of absolute cosmic blessing, of regeneration, renewal, rebirth, right? You have the Empress and death. This is death here in transformation, and then assured abundance, assured giftedness. You also have the Two of Cups finishing this reading, and you start it with the Nine of Swords, which is anxiety and drama and you know, not being able to sleep, nightmares, the things that keep you up at night. This is focused on the worst case scenario. Oh my gosh, whatever has happened is going to be terrible. Right? I can't carry this anymore. I'm so worried all the time. Well, there comes a point where you have to let that go. You're being given the tools to let this go. Literally, the Magician, the Star, the Empress. Wow, right? Can you have a better triplicate of major energy sitting here handing you, hey, it's okay, you've got this. Hey, don't worry, we're here to help. Hey, you have all the resources you need. And then you have the Two of Cups coming in to say, okay, we see you. We're going to fill your cup now. You've been doing whatever this is. We see that you're a little depleted, right? We see that you're a little depleted, but you have a purpose, right? You have a divine mission, and we need you. Together, we are more. So I think your next big breakthrough is going to come in the awareness of your community. And I think that it's going to be community that supports you and community that helps you pull yourself through to this next breakthrough, to this next level, that shows you, right, just through their presence, what you're here to do, what you're here to hold in terms of space and service and commitment and collaboration, how you're here to be together, right? This is the collective, and you are that actuated piece that then gets to move into service for the collective. So that's fabulous. I'm going to pull one card. I'm going to pull it on death, actually. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull a card to get a little clarity. Oh, wow. Fascinating. That was the clarifier for the last one. Here's what I'm going to say. Same message. The clarifier here is about closing down versus opening up to what the universe wants to pour into your cup, right? The universe is gifting you something, and the collective is gifting you something. You're being given all of these gifts to heal yourself so that you can step in and help others heal too. The requirement for you, your level up, is going to be to remove the cap, right? The Queen of Cups is the only closed cup in the deck. You're taking off the lid. And then what happens is that you have space to fill and be filled, to pour and be poured into, right? To see and be seen. So that is absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous, pile two. I love what's coming in for you. Would you do me a favor, hit like or subscribe so that you can come back and let me know how this unfolds for you and what it is you're here to hold in space, right? I want to know. Take care, be blessed. Thanks for listening. Have a great day. Hey, pile number 3, welcome. Those of you who chose this gorgeous Chrysoprase. It's just, look at there. He looked like a little dinosaur maybe, huh? I don't know. It's so beautiful. I just love it. All right. Let's see what the Oracle has to say to you regarding your next big breakthrough, right? What you leveling up with? We need to know. All right. You start with Luminary. So this is, the keywords here are activate, brighten, impact, and determine, right? So this card is rising from or becoming on the other side of a dark night of the soul, right? So this is literally the card of breakthrough, which, I mean, I love that. It's about the way you dedicate yourself to what happens next, right? So this can mean it's time to clarify your priorities in a new way, right? And sometimes that is sufficient to manage the breakthrough, but it's not about the breakthrough itself, right? It's not enough to do the breakthrough. You have to then be able to sustain the energy. And that's where the work sometimes comes in, right? You get the awareness, oh, this thing. And then you have to figure out how to maintain it, right? So this is about looking for those deeper meanings. This is a solar plexus chakra card. So this is about your power, where your power lies in terms of that capacity for dedication and devotion and always choosing to be guided by those higher values, right? Which is beautiful. You also have Capricorn, the boss. Beautiful. Capricorn is the 10th sign of the zodiac. It rules how people see you, right? Your reputation, the way that you're putting your energy into the world. So keywords for Capricorn is I use, right? And now here's the deal. This is not use as in the detrimental, like people user. This is literally, how do you affect my journey? How are you part of or integral to my purpose? And the thing about Capricorn is, if you're not integral, if you're not required, guess what? You don't get to stay. So, you know, Capricorn is the third earth sign. So there's just no messing around, right? This is, I have all the pieces I need. If you're not a piece, then you're probably not going to need to be here helping me with my puzzle. A key, though, for Capricorn energy, because Capricorn can get really caught up in the structure, the tradition, the requirements, the obligations, the duty, and forget that life is fun, right? The key is, with this Capricorn energy, how are you connecting to the joy of the experience, right? It's great to be the boss, but you have to do it in a way that is supportable and sustainable also for you, right? Okay, so you have Alcide, the huntress, right? The quest here. So the Pleiades light my quest to be wild and free. This is about aiming, right? You see she's pointing her arrow in the direction she wants to go, right? This is huntress energy. This is, I know where I'm going, right? I understand now. I know where I'm going, and I am going to choose this in every single way that I can embody it. I'm going to choose this energy. I'm going to choose to become it. I'm going to choose to pursue it. I'm going to choose to utilize it. It's part of my purpose, and now I see this, right? Oh, how gorgeous. You also have coming into power. I step into my power boldly and confidently. So this is about, this is the way that you gather your inner forces, right? And that you assume your power, right? That solar plexus chakra, power energy, really moves through this reading. That's absolutely gorgeous. So it's about the way that you accept that you are your power, right? That you are the power that's required, right? You're your driver. And the way that you choose to say yes to your full potential, as opposed to just part of it, right? Sometimes, again, you know, before we wake up to certain things, and it doesn't matter what that is, right? It doesn't matter what your awakening du jour happens to be. You can be talking about anything. The way you choose to pursue it, though, that's up to you. That actually speaks to the gravity and the veracity of your awakening, whether or not it was truly an awakening or whether it was just a random stray thought that crossed your consciousness. So in this instance, we are talking about a big breakthrough, because if the question is, what's your next big breakthrough? And we're talking about welcoming you to your level up, these are pretty powerful supporting cards there. So I'm going to suggest that, that the awakening for you is definitely, wow, we've got 9 of Wands in every single reading today. That's amazing to me. Yeah, so if we're talking about breakthroughs, that's beautiful, because this is, ooh, I'm sick of this. I don't want to do it anymore. Something's got to give, right? So we have the 10 of Pentacles, the 3 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands. Now, here's the deal. Interestingly, you know, the 10 of Pentacles is about legacy. It's about the way you build a foundation. The 3 is collaborative, right? This is how we learn, how we teach, how we grow, and how teachable we believe ourselves to be. You know what? I want to grab all of these before we have a conversation. I don't feel like we have a full picture with these 3 cards. And so I'm going to tell you something else too. The Queen of Cups came out as a clarifier in the other 2, and the Star came out in both of the other ones. So if you're so inclined, maybe double back, check it out, see if there's more messaging for you in any of those other readings today. That's just wild. Okay, all right. Okay, my pile threes. So here's the deal. So the Queen of Cups message today has been about how we are closed or open to our own emotional experience, right? Whether we're closing off or whether we are choosing to be vulnerable and open to what the universe wants to pour into us, literally here. So in this conversation, oh, okay. All right, I see it. So in this conversation, what we're talking about is, what are you giving up? Okay. So Capricorn is also a Saturn card. And so this is structure. This is how we do a thing. This is what we do, right? We've always done this. This is our tradition. This is our ritual. This is what we are all about. This is how our family does this. This is what our religion says. This is what my belief ideological structure says, right? These cards can carry that same energy right here. And so if what's between the Queen of Cups and her closed down cup and the star, the universe giving everything to you, and guess what? The universe is giving everything to you, no matter what. It's about how you choose to receive it or not, right? The key here is the examined life, right? What works for you? What doesn't work for you? There's that structure that's been created by your external world, your school, your family, your belief system, your structures, etc., etc., etc. Have you stopped and said, does this fill my cup or not? Does this work for me or not? Maybe, maybe not, right? So if you're looking for emotional fulfillment, if you're looking for the reciprocity of, does this work for me? Does this not work for me? Does this make me feel good? Does this not make me feel good? You might come up to some parts where you're confused, right? It's that whole kind of postmodern philosophy thing of, you know, I can be a feminist and I can be a Catholic, but I can't be a Catholic feminist, right? And so where we have those areas that don't merge, we get cognitive dissonance, right? I mean, look it up if you don't know what it is. It's a big, there's a lot to it. And so if you're unfamiliar with the terms, my apologies, but it's true. If you can't come to that reciprocity, then you're at odds, right? It's very simple. We're either going to merge or we're going to cross. And so if you're in that crossed space, and you're closed to the concept of how you might hold the key, right, within yourself, then you have to go into yourself and find those answers. You have to search within your own structure and the places where it doesn't feel resonant to claim those answers, because this has been your legacy. This has been what's taught to you, what's been told to you, the way that you're supposed to feel, the way you're supposed to live your life, the way you're supposed to witness a thing, the way you're supposed to stand in relation to another thing, what you're supposed to believe about it, something, the way it's supposed to be done, right? Your box. The box of your life has definite edges, and sometimes we don't really think that those edges make sense. They might confuse us. They might feel antithetical to the way that we resonate, right? You have to remember how much the world has changed. So those structures that have been put in place, whether it's 10 years ago or 10 centuries ago, they might not be relevant and resonant to your experience today, right? So it's a big deal. But sometimes if that breakthrough for you is, holy crap, this doesn't work for me. I see that this thing that I've believed my whole life is actually wrong. Can you say that? Can you say that? I've been defending this thing and it feels now like that's wrong to me. It feels like that's, oh my gosh, where is my foundation? What have I been putting out into the world? And now all of that is wrong. It's wrong. The key here is, if you're utilizing a thing and it's not working, It's your job to figure it out. And so what's your breakthrough? Your breakthrough is that you get a breakthrough, right? You get to witness, these things don't work for me. This old structure's got to go. And it could be as simple as, you know, I don't understand why, I don't even know why I can only get my oil changed on the third Sunday of the month, right? Right. If this is a thing you've set up for yourself, then that's the thing you've set up for yourself. So the key here is go within and question everything. That's your breakthrough. And your breakthrough is you have that power, right? You have that power. Aim at every single place where you feel out of resonance. Aim at everything that confuses you and figure out within yourself whether or not it's a yes or a no. And here's what I'm going to say to you right now. If it's a maybe, it's a no. If it's a maybe, it's a no, right? Because there's labor involved in that maybe. You're going to have to work on that maybe. If it's a maybe, it's a no, right? What comes in for you, just like the intuitive part of this reading, if you have to work to make it fit, it's probably not yours in the first place. Your power lies in your ability and your capacity to say, no, thank you. I'm going to open myself to the fact that the perspective might be different. And then you're going to let the universe give you the answer through your own physical body, right? Through your own psyche, through your own spiritual awareness, which is really how we get all of our answers that are intuitive, right? I want clarification on the 9 of Wands. There we go. Okay. Perfect. Okay, so the 3 of Wands is about long-term planning. And so the question here is, are these beliefs, these structures, these ideals, these concepts, these ideologies, these things I've been told my whole life, are they sustainable? Like we said, whether it's 1 year, 10 years, or 10 centuries. If they're not really aging well, if the whole world or yourself or the collective has to keep struggling to make a thing fit, if there has to be conflict around a thing, it's probably not working, right? Look around you, see where that is evident in the world. I'm sure that you can do that fairly simply. And so the thing for you is, if it's going to last me in my long-term highest and best, well, then it can't be confusing, right? It can't be out of alignment with my legacy, with what I want to teach my children, with what I want to teach my grandchildren, with what I want to teach the world's grandchildren, right? And what you really could replace that with is, how does it feel for you? Right? How does that feel for you? Let's align you to your own inner highest and best and ask that question over and over again. How does it feel for you? And if you can acquaint yourself with where those answers lie, that's your breakthrough. That's your breakthrough, pile 3. It's about coming into your power. It's about becoming the boss of your life and not allowing external or historic causes to be your reason. Your why is your why. And it's not enough to say, that's what I've been taught. It doesn't work like that. Does it fit for you? What is the reason? Because that's how it's always been. Because that's what my parents taught me. Because that's what religion taught me. Because that's what the news told me. Because that's what my teacher said. Unless you figured it out for yourself and it makes sense and is resonant with you and your power and your sense of, yes, this is what I'm going to dedicate myself to. I can clarify my own priorities, right? I can align to my own highest values. I am my own deepest meaning, right? And my power comes from that alignment. The way that I am filled and refilled, the way the universe has the capacity to pour into me, always comes back to, is this coming from me? or is it coming from something else? So if you're saying, well, I do this because so-and-so tells me to. Whoa, nope. Your breakthrough right here, right now, your level up is question it all. Is it sustainable for me, right? Does it align with my values? And first, you might have to define what those values are. And that's okay, right? That's part of coming into your power. That's part of activating your own self-awareness, your own self-dedication. That's a function of your own awakening. It is not a bug, right? It is not like, oh no, I have to do this. It's, look at this. I get to make these choices, and watch your life come into alignment, right? Watch your life come into alignment as you step into your own power. Absolutely amazing. I love this. I love this breakthrough for you, pile number 3. So here's what I'd like you to do. Please hit like, hit subscribe, so you can come back and let me know how this goes for you. Sometimes this can be a challenging part. The awakening is one thing, the function of it is another. So just know that you're supported. Know that you have nothing but infinite power behind you. So good luck and big love. Thanks for being here. Have a great, blessed day.